There are aches that even the sturdiest dads cannot evade. Gold Rush reigns as the Discovery Channel's top-rated program, drawing over 1 million viewers per episode. At its heart looms Tony Beets, the Klondike sovereign, commanding one of the Yukon's most formidable mining empires. Boasting a fortune around $15 million by 2005, this bootstrap tycoon has morphed into a reality TV icon. Today, we unravel the saga of a teen thrust into manhood overnight when his father's mishap upended everything. Buckle up, this tale will thrill. The initial catastrophe. Today's 15-year-olds fret over learner's permits, quadratic equations, or if their crush replies. They swipe TikTok feeds, conquer virtual realms, and inhabit that carefree zone where chores peak at hauling garbage. Picture awakening as a 15-year-old, then by dusk overseeing a sprawling ranch. No Hollywood plot. This was Tony Beets's harsh truth. It ignited with one shattering instant that reshaped his destiny forever. Tony Beets entered the world December 15, 1959. His upbringing offered zero hints of opulence or future stardom. Merely a rural lad aiding his folks. In 1966, at age 7, the Beets clan shifted to Berga, a Dutch agricultural hub. They established their spread, toiling side by side like ancestors before. Tony gradually mastered the craft, absorbing his father's daily lessons on flawless execution and command until 1974 struck. That year, Klaus Beets endured a crippling mishap, rendering him unfit for labor. Abruptly, the household anchor lay sidelined. Operations flipped as Tony abruptly helmed the whole estate, directing laborers old enough to be his dad. Facing terror, strain, and doubt while addressing grizzled veterans, most youths would shatter. Yet Tony Beets diverged. Instead of cowering before this daunting plight, something remarkable unfolded. Tony later reflected that the incident pivoted him into today's alpha. I assumed leadership ridiculously young, Tony shared with Mining and Energy in January 2015. Thus, I resolved to match or surpass my crew. Everywhere I've ventured, if not foreman in 7 days, I've stayed ahead. You'd expect Tony Beets to entrench in that existence after validating himself agriculturally, securing admiration from weathered hands, and maturing amid peers still playful. But this is Tony Beets. Gradually, he grew wary of Dutch farming prospects. He demonstrated managerial prowess and guidance. Yet inwardly, at Salmon Arm, British Columbia. But Tony's nomadic drive sensed greater horizons. After deliberation, he abandoned all for a fresh start. In 1980, Tony and sweetheart Minnie emigrated to Canada. Tony encountered Minnie in 1966 on neighboring lanes. By 1978, romance bloomed. Her initial reaction to his immigration scheme seemed implausible. Still, she joined. Tony kicked off at a dairy operation and refused complacency. Shortly there, whispers altered his path eternally. Rumors swirled of Yukon miners pocketing $1,000 weekly underground. I reckoned I'd mirror that. Action followed. He snagged a flight to Whitehorse. Intrigue builds here. Tony arrived in Whitehorse, chasing rumored gigs. Upon landing, officials informed him he'd come pre-season. No gold gigs available. So, how did he infiltrate Gold Rush regardless? Integrating into the Gold Rush lineup. Relocating to Dawson City in 1984, he launched his Oric venture. Decades later, it ballooned into a Klondike juggernaut. Tony debuted as Gold Rush hit Season 2. No core regular. He crisscrossed with pivotal figures. He sublet Scribner Creek terrain to Parker Schnabel in Season 4. Season 5 saw Tony pivot to aquatic extraction. He sank $1 million, surmounting hurdles to triumph. Subaqueous methods slashed costs versus terrestrial digs. Yet Gold Rush involvement wasn't pure glamour and nuggets. Telecasts exposed errors and calamities to global scrutiny. The grim facet of the gold frenzy. Gold Rush exploded post 2010 premiere. Regrettably, Notoriety skewed negative by 2014. A Beets subordinate doused a dredger in petrol and ignited it on camera for a full segment. Motive: bestowing a Viking christening to reverse fortunes. Tony Beets posed arms akimbo before the inferno, seemingly reveling in mayhem. The clip aired as 100 ounces. 2 years on, televised bravado soured into litigation hell. In 2017, Tony Beets and firm violated Yukon's Waters Act. Verdict: sanctioned waste dumping sans notification. Tamarack faced dual breaches of aquatic permit stipulations. Post-legal wrangling, penalties totaled $31,000 with escalations looming. April 10th saw Tony Beets' counsel, Andre Ruthman, revisit court for fine reduction. Beets skipped, but Ruthman fervently pleaded to Yukon Supreme Court Justice Lee Gower, alleging predecessor Judge Peter Chisholm's egregious blunders. Ruthman highlighted oversight of fire's negligible eco-footprint. Trial expert attested mere gallons spilled. Uncombusted, it'd scarcely impair fauna or purity. Next, accountability muddle. Petrol pourer reported to Beets personally, not Tamarack, the license holder. Thus, corporate liability unwarranted. Ruthman invoked Keenapple doctrine barring dual convictions per incident. Tamarack endured redundant penalties: waste deposit/report failure, plus license infraction, termed double dipping. Fines exorbitant: Beets $4,000 deposit/$2,000 omission. Tamarack $10,000/$5,000 identical, plus $10,000 noncompliance. Culprit laborer: paltry $1,725. Ruthman deemed disproportionate, hinting footage tampering, minor caveat. Prosecutor Megan Sealing countered robustly, upholding Chisholm's soundness, urging dismissal. Fines deterred, treating infractions as operational overhead. Broadcast globally, sanctions signaled deterrence. Justice Gower pondered extended review pre-verdict. Yet woes persisted for Tony Beets. Tony approached excavation zone, stunned. Melted snow flooded downhill, submerging site. He eyed former workspace, now lagoon. Radioed Monica, silence. Eventually, she's unwell. Flood fury compounded by Monica's absence. Summoned son Kevin for joint dewatering. Kevin arrived pump-equipped, navigating tight arboreal gap. Tony cautioned precision. Crash, tree collision. Flood mere prelude to seasonal woes. Tony convened crew for unwelcome bulletin. River/stream extraction permits denied. No legal H2O, no sluicing, machinery idle. Halted multiple sites pre-commencement. Offspring Monica, Kevin, Mike, genuinely dismayed. Tony cautioned $20,000 daily fines for defiance. Parker secured 12-month clearance. Tony denied, amplifying hardship. Amid turmoil, 600 ounces harvested. Credit: Monica scouting viable claims. Episode captured her reconnaissance. Tony inspected. Initially bleak, then gold specks surfaced. Modest, yet lucrative decision. Monica joined family ops age 12, piloting rigs. Age 16, full-time. 18, crew overseer. Gender bias initially hindered, males dismissive. Tony backed her, compliance followed. Fatalities in the Gold Rush clan. Viewers witnessed mammoth vehicles, treasures, relentless toil. Overlooked, peril. Colossal gear, unstable terrains. Tragically, cast kin perished. Jesse Goins, James Harness, John Schnabel. Despite longevity/spin-offs, remarkably few casualties on set. Jesse Goins' demise devastated. Featured Gold Rush. Dave Turin's Lost Mines Seasons 1-3, essaying nuggets. Beloved for warmth, serenity, perpetual grin. Down episode, Box Creek, Colorado. Aspired college fund via proceeds. Calamity. Turin yelled, "No duff! Halt ops! Crisis!" Jesse collapsed in sluice chamber. Turin aided, summoned medics. Hospital cardiac failure. Age 60. Brother Larry, Jesse cherished colleagues, grateful affection. Crew dubbed Jesse's season, bequeathing share to widow Renda. Sons Kevin, Anthony, Josh. James Harness stirred souls. Early Hoffman mechanic, Porcupine Creek, Alaska. Joined funding spinal procedure post-wreck agony. Persisted despite torment. Post-departure 2 years, stroke June 28, 2014, age 57. Todd Hoffman Season 5 Tribute. Exhaustive dedication, pain-free eternally. Born October 3, 1956, recalled valiant diligence. John Schnabel, Parker's grandsire, mining titan. Acquired Porcupine Creek / Big Nugget 1984. Tutored Parker comprehensively. Age 16, bequeathed mine, leadership. Post-retirement returns passion-fueled. Once unearthed 50 ounces, show pinnacle. Aging brought cardiac ops. 2013 prostate malignancy. Resilience unshaken, joy intact. Counsel, seek romance beyond riches. Post-96th birthday, 2016. Serene slumber departure March 18th. Born February 11th, 1920. Featured Gold Rush, South America, The Dirt. Parker, Idol Guide. Mantra, Boot Up, Act. Embodied till finale. Kinship strains. Family enterprise grueling. For Tony Beets caliber, amplified. Exacting benchmarks employees / kin alike. 15 seasons. Beyond extraction. Empire construction amid flux. Familial dynamics. Professional triumphs. Uneven domestic harmony. Escalated. Son Kevin exited paternal fold over operational clashes. No trivial spat. Kevin publicly lambasted Tony's tactics. Contextualized Tony, 15-year-old decisive, forged multi-million auric dominion from agrarian roots. Son impugning methodology, visceral. Yet Tony astounded. Rather than severance / enforcement, leased terrain. Profound, enabled autonomy. 10% yield royalty, loan machinery. Seemingly straightforward. For Tony, monumental. Proven strategies minted fortunes. A dissenter? Recognized Kevin's maturity. Concurrently, flagship thrived. Indian River $750,000 week 1. Record inaugural haul. Prosperity amid minor discord. Queried 15-season milestone, minor coaster. Stellar trajectory. Gold $300 to $400 per Oz inception, nearing $2,700. Steady ascent. Epic streak. Interseason. Respite. Repairs. Indian River relocation unhurried. Mocked initially, deliberate pacing yielded thousands ounces superbly. Current. Primed. Smoother. 4 decades mining. Deceleration accelerates endurance. Regrets earlier Kevin insight. On independence. Splendid. Offspring mature. Autonomous choices. Sir Solo. Delighted. Year-long internal debate pre-commitment. Facilitated launch. Impressed self-sufficiency. Filmed Kevin / faith negotiation. Anticipated rigidity. Received equity. Tony chuckled. Toe edge maintenance. Startup necessitates nudge. Gear / capital. Propitious foundation pivotal. Recalled penniless Canadian arrival. Zero aid. Savage. Spared Kevin identical ordeal. Ecstatic auric pursuit enabled support. Departure reshuffled. Monica / Michael elevated. Adaptations. Kevin values deeper. Billing autonomy. Satisfaction audible. Mike Helms Paradise Hill excellently. Monica essays duo. Synergistic. Kevin solo. Scribner's squad battled dense substrate. Struck aquifer. Muck bog truck links cut opener. Pump requisite. Prior Tony loan sustained plant. Budget exhausted. Aid scarce. Complications mounted. Inflow paralyzed progress. Foreman Brennan Rualt frustrated. Departed unexplained. Returned $11,000 personal pump. Subsequent. Tony / mini weigh-in 10%. Links. 156 ounces greater than $390,000. Amid squabbles / shifts / tension, Mini steadfast ally. Marital slash work synergy query. Simplistic. Yes, dear. Harmonious tenure. Collaborative omnipresent. She finances, I sandbox. Effective. Non-interference. Disputes mutual loss. Avoid. 46 together, 44 wed, 60 acquainted. Minnie's joy. Mexican winters. Aging perks, 3 to 4 months liberty. Mexico preference. Contented spouse, fulfilled existence. Triumphs notwithstanding, obstacles persist. Season hurdles. Soaring values spur maximization. Queries. Labor sufficiency, gear adequacy, reliability. Multitude confrontations. Weather slash gold volatility contingencies pre-finale. Retirement post. 40 years millions empire? Savor existence. Lifelong extraction unlikely shift. Inquiries. Box exit soul. Legacy. Kids primed affluently. Fortunate collaboration. Perpetuation gold viable terrain permitting. Kin labor slash continuity gratifying. Tony Beets weathered grief, bereavement, ceaseless trials. Endures robust, clutching vision now triumph. Retirement ambush. Box departure immutable. Thoughts. Comment. Enjoyed. Like slash share slash subscribe.